I welcome each and every one of you to our 33rd General Conference cum Felicitation. Our association was started in the year 1990 by some visionaries engineers who foresaw the needs of the many decades to come. Many names and files could not be documented due to many unknown reasons. But I want to thank my predecessors for nurturing and keeping the dignity of CEAN. Because today, whenever we visit any office, any table, we are accepted with grace and respect. And even today, it is in our blood to carry that legacy for the next to come. CEAN was formed to fight corruption and to address the rights of the members to the right authorities wherever necessary. CEAN, Combined Technical Association of Nagaland and Civil Engineers Association of Nagaland, has worked together and challenged the government and has terminated backdoor appointments of junior engineers and SO in the works and housing. That is what we have recorded. And it has brought about some changes in the NPSC exams as well. I say this because some people outside the CEAN questions the role of our associations and its needs. But when you meet anyone who is not aware of our duty, you can tell them why this family is needed to protect, to safeguard and fight for the rights of the members. Today, CEAN rejoice in reaping the fruits of 58 officers from the sacrifices we made running from office to office, fighting for posts to be requisitioned for exams. CEAN today has a strength of 702 members with 10 executives and 3 advisors. CEAN will continue to grow towards truth, justice, and excellence. God bless CEAN. Thank you all.
Annual Report of Civil Engineers Association of Nagaland for the year 2022-23. The past years has been marked by dedicated efforts and significant progress as we have tirelessly worked towards the betterment of our community and the engineering profession. Throughout the year, the association undertook various endeavors for various critical issues and advocate for the rights of our members. We have engaged with different government departments, conducted meetings, and raised our voices against injustice. Our association noteworthy highlights include: number 1, collaboration with the Combined Technical Association of Nagaland, CEAN, to address the concerns filed under Right to Information Act in various departments such as Water Resources, PHED, and Works and Housing. 2, we vigorously pursue the termination of illegal and rampant backdoor appointments, including protests, representations, and ultimatums. 3, striving for transparency and fairness in the engineering field by raising concerns about repeated questions in the exam conducted by the Nagaland Public Service Commission. 4, engaging with officials of the government and ministers such as Sri Tongbang Ozugam, the former Honorable Minister of Works and Housing, to ensure that our grievances are heard and addressed at the highest level. 5, supported our fellow associations and participated in demonstrations, displaying unity and solidarity for our shared causes. Honored guests and esteemed members, CEAN's commitment of its members' welfare, professional ethics, and the engineering community at large has remained steadfast. We have maintained open lines of communication, actively sought resolutions, and stood unwaveringly for justice. As we move forward, our association will continue to promote excellence in the engineering field, fight against injustice, and uphold the dignity of our profession. We will collaborate with stakeholders, advocate for positive change, and ensure that the concerns of civil engineers are addressed effectively. Thank you for your attention. Let us remain resolute in the pursuit of our better future as civil engineers in Nagaland, towards truth, justice, and excellence.
CEAN, along and together with Combined Technical Association of Nagaland, has been the voice of many civil engineers and have always fought for the truth, justice, and equal opportunities for the aspirants. We appreciate and acknowledge the office bearers for the tireless efforts and sacrifices. We all know the different technical exams that are being conducted every year to recruit engineers in different fields, such as the Engineering Service Examination conducted by the UPSC, the NPSC, we have the Combined Technical Service Examination, we have the Educational Service Examination, we have the GATE, SSC, JE, RRB, and numerous exams. All of these exams require something from a technical aspirant, and that is sound technical knowledge from each and every aspirant. When you sit and prepare for these exams, you should first ask yourself, is my technical knowledge, my concepts clear enough? Is it sound enough to prepare for this exam? Because our technical exams today are becoming more and more dynamic, where we really cannot expect type of questions, and we really cannot predict the type of questions asked every year. So in this type, kind of situations, the best thing we can do is to prepare ourselves, to have a clear concept clarity, and to have a good technical knowledge, and only then you will be able to tackle all these exams. Along with that, like any other exams, our NPSC technical exams need speed and accuracy, because it is during those 3 hours that you have to, put in your effort, and then you have to translate your knowledge in paper.
Knowledge to spread related continually, it becomes more. So, see, by those simple words, I just want to say, be a blessing to yourself, to your family, to your community. Now, alright, at the same time, see, pride is vanity. Pastor Juma, pride is vanity. Even in our high school days, I have come across my manugi blame kumba manu ase mane ekdam proud khan thake do na agar mi kotha bole petition lehan ho na na ida ham bishi thake to ida no pat hara jalo ato to pastor man pila de tai idu pride is vanity to ita bujule pare je. If you become proud now, you will become so self-centered. So don't be like that. Mano, amian government officers are gonna bala say na ay to officer to kam nai na kali pusa khawli jane na kulo to biaso. And since you are already government officers, you will come across so many temptations. It just said that I didn't go arrest you. Temptation and she had a department of Bushiro. So why not this time bring about some change? Pichine minister last year, major advisor last year, director last year, chief engineer last year, not quick with that, you will have to simply say yes. Kalimata ina halal lagi putanijana. Really, ina na at least raise your voice in the little way also. System na ina system they stick na tali na hono. You have your own voice. Somehow our system will change. That is what I want to encourage you. And I'm very sure that I'm saying to the right people. Now I believe I'm talking to the right person. Tik manongi kwasa ko. Ite mo kwasa ang office ni join bujuho ho na. Pusala meter itula kamne politics kike ulu. At least first with transparency, equality, it will first want to achieve without possibility you will not get corrupted. Otherwise, manu system de ina jaza maybe naik job possibility you will become one of those.
Successfully cleared in NPSC, there is CPSC and CESC and NSSP. Your achievements are inspiration for all the aspirants here. I, on behalf of CEAN, take this opportunity to congratulate each one of you and wish you the very best for your future endeavors. And as a mark of our appreciation, we would like to present a certificate. And I request each of you to kindly come and receive as a call out to your names. And as a call out the names, I request our guest speaker, Sir Kezokoto Savi, to please hand out the certificates. So firstly, I call upon Engineer Imti Sanap, SDO Working Housing. Engineer Shadrach Kat, SDO Working Housing. Engineer A. Namsala Santam, SDO Working Housing. Thank you, sir. Engineer Mesenlo Kat, please hand over the certificates. Engineer Yekiho Sumi, SDO PhD. Engineer Vekrulo J. Working Housing. Engineer Medozono Ruth Kelio, lecturer in Civil Engineering under Technical Education. Now, Engineer Abiwe Nuche, lecturer in Civil Engineering under Technical Education. Engineer Conan A. Chang, SDO, Working Housing. Now lastly, Engineer Nichutuno Yomi, lecturer in Civil Engineering under Technical Education. They are 58, but most of them couldn't turn up.
It is our honor to invite our guest speaker, Advocate Mr. Kezukodo Savi, who is also a social activist and a legal advisor for CEAN, to deliver his speech.
It's been a long years we've been fighting together. And some of our fight is still pending, especially the 54 SO. And today I hear from our CEAN president that the fight is going positive. So far, let's hope it's going positive. But sometimes our politicians are good or bad. When the bureaucrats done everything positive, they turn everything negative. So let us not sleep. Let us keep on, be on the watch out. And if those 54 SO are terminated, then we'll get another fresh 54 to contest. This is something called competition, open recruitment, and done under through open advertisement. That is why today many of you could be successful, and with your success, I remember my friend Mishimo. There was someone, today you can see him, he doesn't talk much, and he's very cool, but he doesn't give up. That is why I remember him. Yes, friends are enjoying the fruits, but some of them has really worked hard. And the rest, the aspirant, don't give up. As our success engineer has already shared about his experience, how to go about it. Nothing is possible without hard working. That is why I also encourage the rest of the experience to do better. Now, one thing that I want to share with you is, if we are to talk about today the development, that is why I said the engineers had a big role to play. And here we see our drought conditions, how deplorable it is. Our bridges are falling apart. buildings are with very poor quality. And I'm not going to blame the engineers involved, but you have to play a very strong role. And those who are ready to do that, at times you will be victimized. The minister will kick you out to some places where you don't like, but you have to come up very strongly ready to do that. And it is many a times the minister concerned or advisors who does not know ABCD about a subject like me become minister, control everything. That is why. And I don't blame them, but many a times we see everybody wants the portfolio of road and bridge, just what is called TW. It's not just the reputed, prestigious portfolio, but the main behind is money. And who can also make a change? It is the engineers. I just point one of my subject in this manner. Engineers to be an agent to promote quality of work in infrastructural development, which is the need of the hour. And to do this, you have to avoid, which is called in violation of ethics of technicality. As a social activist, we have done a lot of RTI in this kind of development. And many a time, I face threat in a very diplomatic manner, bringing the letter to withdraw, saying that, do this. If you refuse, you will face consequences. Very diplomatic talk, but that is not good. You will face consequences. I didn't like the word consequences. And at times they send someone very rowdy and scary. Through this kind of experience, I know how corrupt in the process of building infrastructure development. My dear engineers, let us not allow this. You can play a role here. You can play a role here. The minister, don't, whether he will like it or not, of course, you cannot go and scream your ministers, but at least have a say. We have spoiled our politicians. The moment they hold this portfolio, all the officers running after him for their own benefit, to get something in future. Then table tender in awarding work is a process. And because of this, the ministers are doing it. Give this to them. Don't call NIT. Don't call open tender. Some of the contractors are negotiating with the ministers. Don't call open tender. Give me this or I will give this much of percentage. This is how they are doing it. Then the material, the supply and the use of materials are substandard. Materials, goods are substandard. That is why it's a poor quality of materials. How can the bridge will remain strong? You need good quality. In the conditions, bill of quantities, and all those things, everything is mentioned. What type of quality to be used? They never mention about poor quality. The best qualities are always mentioned. They never does this. It is the negligence of the government that the contractors would benefit this much. That is why this contract agreement is different. We study in the law of contract. Contract is an agreement, but it is not just an agreement. Some agreement could be illegal also. But a law of contract, which we study contract, is an agreement which is enforceable by the law for the time being. If the law cannot take cognizance, it is not a contract. So this is a contract, not just implied warranty, but it is explicit and express condition of the work contract. You cannot do away, you cannot deny this contract agreement. I've spent a lot of time, and thank you so much. If I have spoken some little over smart, may our officers forgive me. And as an activist, I'm not telling you that as an expert, but I'm very lucky to work with some of the top expert, technical expert. And with this profession, I've been able to learn some of the simple technicalities. And I always encourage engineers